either take a scissor, just feel where the skin is in here. Sometimes it's really high. You know,
do you want to
just
use the clippers too?
I will.
Okay.
I'm going to use both. So you can take, if you don't have clippers or whatever.
It's just the curved ones.
You like it with the clippers better?
Do I like it? Now I'll do one with the clippers.
I use the clippers.
Greg?
Okay.
Good boy.
Okay.
Bran?
That tickles.
I think the scissors are easier.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Good boy. Mr. Greg, come help.
Yeah, you know what? I'm rather use
You're
scissors.
faster on scissors.
Yeah, I think scissors is much faster.
All right, Chris, I hate this.
He knows.
Give it this.
That not work?
You don't want clippers?
Yeah, much faster for you. Yeah.
This is great to do. Just you don't have a lot of rain out here. Do you have to clip the nails? Is his nails clipped? No. That's on there.
That's what I just did.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone, listen.
Never done
This is
one.
a new Dremel I bought. It's not the Dremel per
That's
se.
a neat one. Good one.
Where do you get that one at?
I think I got it from White Bone.
Greg? Good boy.
The what? The pads?
No, for that.
Good boy.
It's okay. You use clippers. You can use clippers and it never gets hot. You know, normally the Dremel you have to keep on taking off. You don't have to do that with this. Great, great tool. I think I got it. I'll find out from White Bone. I think. Frenchies? You do your Frenchie before.
Okay.
This is great because it doesn't get hot. You don't have to worry. They cry anyway, little babies. I don't have to do all his nails, but this thing is great. Okay, so you could use either or to start with. You know, if you're not sure of yourself, always use this. This is much easier to use and you don't make divots. But if you had a long, first of all, you don't want to ever let the nails show. Okay, the nails should be covered normally. I would use these and go around the foot. And with the brush, it's the only time you could use a comb. But brush it up. And start. Just like sort of down in the down motion here. And just you want to round it out. Those big feet were out already. But people that have a lot of hair on the feet, which I'm not sure who has that.
I don't.
Okay.
So for Newfoundlands, it's a cat feet, right? Is that what you
Yes, that's where your standard comes in. The Newfie feet should be like this. Okay, front and
What does rabbit feet look like, Janet?
well, hair feet. You mean? It's the two front paws out, nails out, and the shorter ones. They look oval. Yeah.
Like a hair foot? They're
Yes,
not
exactly
supposed to be a
right.
hair
No, they shouldn't be. But you could, if you have a hair foot and have a lot of hair on the feet, you could actually make them look like cat feet. So,
Is that correct?
and you know, judges aren't. I mean, especially outside, you can't see feet, but they should be neat. But everything adds up: the ear and the feet and the, you know, how they move.
It's got white nails. You're lucky. You actually can see the click.
Janet, how far is the back? How long should the hair be touching at the back?
Here?
Yeah.
We'll get to that. No, I mean, this is a hard part to groom in here because, first of all, this puppy fuzz
How old is he?
has to, young.
That's my thing of how far back you go. You go all the way back.
Well, now I'm getting into the feathering. But this feathering,
The feathering is, yeah. Do
you
you
want to make it
ever,
look neat.
like Logan has a huge feathers. Can I actually go in and thin them out?
You can, I'll show you. Yes. You want it to look good. Doesn't matter what you do, stay. Now once he's standing up, I would correct this, you know.
Because when he comes toward you, it's like all you can see is like feathers moving.
Yeah, it's a little, I would trim his down in the middle. So it's not so much, I'd leave the outside more than the inside, give him some width to when he runs to you.
But I don't want to do both feet.
Yeah, but I'd cut like she did, go on the inside.
See all this?
That gives him some more width. And no, I know what you mean when he runs out.
I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Like he's out in the elbows.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying.
Okay. So, and as you do the foot, and it's a cat foot, you're going to come over here and say, all right. So you actually, you know, you don't like the way that looks, or as long as it's neat and it looks round, that's basically what you're looking for. The only time I use a straight scissor is around the foot, especially when you have that long hair. Got it? Go do your feet.
Too much. Too much what?
You're not supposed to see the dog's nails.
Well, it's going to grow out.
It will grow.
Why you do this? Because he lost hair then? No, it's over trimmed. He hasn't been trimmed in like 5 months. Oh well, whatever.
I know what you could do. You take a black magic marker. No one's looking at the feet.
Darn it, if I were in town, I would show him the twins. Crap. Now I'm not doing my cruise, I could have shown them. But it's over.
You see what I mean? Don't.
Is he alive
do
now?
that. First of all, he's sitting down, but I noticed it before. No big deal. Let me just. Now, if you had a black magic marker, you'd see how different the foot is. Color that is. Like I said, as you move around the dog, you'll look at the foot and say, "Oh, this needs." You know what I mean? You'll see something out of place.
Like, would you cut this off?
You can a little bit, yeah.
Just in case.
Don't make it look too flat though, and this in here, leave alone because it's.
Okay, you don't want to do any.
No. So looking at the standard, you know where the top of the ear is in the correct position. Okay.
At the start.
Yeah, just by the eye. It shouldn't be too high up here or too low. They start to look, hounded. All this coat underneath.
Yeah. Gotta go, right?
Gotta go. Now I will take my clippers sometimes and do it just to have a shortcut. But here you go. Okay. So you see what I'm doing? Go with the grain of the coat.
Yeah,
Okay.
But then when I go to it, it's not there.
And you just get that really
Just take. So you want the ear to lay flat.
flat.
My tool. That's the
I just dropped it.
Stop. When you feel confident,
The guys,
like I said,
what goes up
hair,
his catching is he.
hair grows back. Remember that. Even if you make a mistake, it does grow back. You have to start, if you're going to go to a national, let's say, or a regional specialty, you have to start months before because you have to trim and look at the dog and trim and look at the dog.
Get shape
And it takes time. This is not done in one shot. It's just not.
So you keep going down, okay?
Down,
Because I'm
not
always
against the
doing,
grain.
I'm always,
Okay, so what you would do, okay, so you're going to feel where the end of the ear is, which is right here.
yeah.
Don't use your straight scissors. If you have a pet, you can.
So if you have a really big ear, you want to cut it really close to the ear.
You want to
level,
do it
right?
close to the ear. You usually don't see ears that are too short.
Up is up top.
Oh, that's a good idea of how you hold the ear so you know where it is. I like that technique.
So your finger's at the tip of it?
Yeah, so
Okay.
you don't cut.
That's my biggest
That's a
worry.
great idea.
And ears bleed a lot, I'm going to tell you now.
I've
They do?
I've
Okay.
cut the
I've done
tongue
it.
one time.
That bleeds a lot too.
Oh my God.
Now pick the ear up, right?
Okay. And then you go up on that.
And this shit, you know, it's going to come off a bunch.
Yeah. Because you want to get the neck definition right.
Well, let me finish this a little.
Janet, the top of you go
around. Yeah, look. You mean up here?
No, up here.
When you want to
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you.
She's not done
You
yet.
could do two ways. And
First
Christy
is
probably
defining the ear, and then you're going to go back.
see all
right?
this crap. Yes, stop. So
Brush
not
it
be. See, stop. Yeah, no knots. Just start. This is the only way I'll say that you could go against the grain. Okay, stop, Mister. Little by little, just start taking it out. Okay.
Some people leave the
I don't like
ears
that.
really.
Listen,
Okay.
when I'm all done with
Control.
this, you can do it
Okay.
any way you
No,
want.
I
Some
know,
people
I was
like a thick ear.
curious.
I don't like the way that
Okay.
looks.
Okay.
I like an ear to be where it should be,
and-
flat.
Okay.
Right.
Defined.
You know, some people leave the hair on
Well,
the ear.
some people
to make
with
the ear look
too,
fat.
too narrow of a head, they leave puffier ears.
Yeah, and you do what the dog is. I mean,
No, that looks fun.
Well, if your
see,
head
you also could sort of pick it up. Okay, stop.
And look in there.
See? And it's starting to.
Oh wow, looks like a ear.
And look how much. I mean, it take off a lot. And this is just from his ear. Then when you're all done, you're gonna look at it, and it's maybe some more hair has to. How's that look, guys?
I'm just so
that's
obsessed
okay.
on getting this right.
So that's now he's gonna do the other ear, and then we're gonna look at the head, and we'll get everyone go back and do their ears.
Right now?
Yeah. So he doesn't have a lot of hot hair because he's rubbed it off.
Yeah, the low is.
As you could see, everyone right here, right?
Yeah.
So mostly the dogs, especially when they get older, have a bush of hair. Okay, so see on this side, just flipping up a little bit. So you see how I'm trimming that just a little bit to make it not so bushy, right? And it's not much hot, you know, it's hard to do this here, but let's make believe that they have a lot of hair. Now, you don't have to use your straights. You're not. Whenever you're unsure, use the thinning shear. So he doesn't have a lot here to do. Stay. See, now if he had hair that came down to here, it would have, you know what I mean? It would look nice. Just feeling for knots.
So would you
Got
like
that.
normally make a straight line on that?
You don't have to make it so neat. I sometimes like it neat.
Okay.
So it depends on what you like. Some people
Okay.
don't like them so neat. I like them neat. So I would, you know,
Just make it, yeah. Kind of like square it up then,
Yeah.
just go straight.
Jeff, tell me again, your ankle should
well,
be...
yeah, you know, just
Okay,
doesn't have
that.
hair.
Okay,
You know,
gotcha.
just like this.
Okay.
And you know, you visual. Most of you have been in Newfies for a long time, so you know what they really should look like. So just play with it until it looks the way that you're happy with. And the most important thing is getting the dog on the ground and having someone move the dog, which we're going to do. Because most of these dogs have lumps right in here, and that could be groomed out. Unless sometimes it can't be, but a lot of times it can. Also here, but I just cut under a little bit, just a little bit under, comb it out so that big lump, it doesn't, just when they go around, it looks like a lump. Okay, so yeah, it just doesn't, it looks, it doesn't look right. So everyone do the hocks. If you have questions, ask me.
Like when you're trimming it, when you're looking from behind, how fluffy do you want it?
You know, this is really preference. So some people like it neater, and some people don't.
You see him on your
Oh, also, the stifle, everyone knows what the stifle is.
Can I touch this?
It's the knee, it's the curve of the stifle, yes. Behind that, sometimes there's hair that has to come off.
and my tip off.
Yeah. With your thinning shears,
On the
take it
stifle,
off.
would you just come straight down or would you come
Well, that's not the stifle that you're pointing at.
like up here, the stifle, right?
No, stifle is your knee, bend of stifle.
Right here.
Yes.
Okay.
So behind that, sometimes there's a lump of hair.
that's
Just make believe. So this I would trim up a little bit with the thinning shear. You don't want it to be straight, of course, really, but this is long. And right here, you see, you want that leg to be, here's his elbow. So the chest, it's supposed to be, this is why I gave you a standard, 50-50. That's how it should be. Okay, so if his elbow's all the way up here and his hair is down here, they don't know he has leg. Even if you put your hands on it, you'll know it, but if everything's visual at the end. Dogs are going around and say, oh, that dog.
Now, if you're taking it down in the front more, do you go tighter in the back so you get an angle, or do you?
Well, the back, they're not looking at back legs
They're not
for
looking.
length,
Okay.
not for length.
Okay.
But let's make believe you want a little more angle in the rear. First, anything behind here, trim up. Here's the stifle. You could, like I said, this could come down a little bit because he has so much of it.
So you
Don't
don't
look at
want
that.
this totally straight, or?
I don't make it totally straight because it makes the dog look good.
Okay, so you just make.
Yeah, make it,
Okay.
do a little bit.
Okay. Some people make it straight.
I hate that.
The very first time I did it, I used my clippers and did that nice little angle and everything, but I'm like, oh, that looks too manicured. It was very
Right.
manicured the very first time I did it.
Right.
So
So here's the bend of stifle. So
Yeah.
if you want a little more bend, just take a little more hair. You want this, so take a little bit more off in here.
You look
This.
so cute.
So you're not saying, oh my God, unless they were so straight or something was so
Get this move on.
outstanding, you're not going to notice every little thing. Just you don't have enough time to do it.
Okay, so that you just pull up and you spin out.
So a little bit.
What does that do, Janet?
Just like leaving that long rest.
Yeah, he's super when he.
Holds that up. You have this in here.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to take time. This
Yeah.
is all I would trim this
Are you
whole
going
thing
to
up.
show us how to do that?
I'm
Because
going to
that's
show
a
you, but this is so many.
So many.
When they go around the ring, I say lumpy, lumpy, lumpy.
Yeah.
Now some of that can be corrected by grooming, and sometimes it's the dog. I mean, you know, you can groom as much as you want. Most Newfoundlands need more leg. Not really need, but we have so much hair down here that it looks like they need. So you see where his elbow is? I'm showing it right here. So his chest comes down to his elbow. You wouldn't think that looking. Now take your hand away. Now you would think the elbow's here. It's not, it's up here. So you want to take that hair away because then you're going to have more leg and it's going to look like more leg, which he has.
Here you mean?
Yeah, you're going to take that away. You're going to pick up the leg.
Do that all the time. And then she could look like the male specialist.
Do you only do one side?
Yes, if you still have to show something. So she didn't go, it's just like right there. It wasn't all the way in.
you only grew one side, right?
Again, look, that's it, one side.
That's all I need to do is I need one side to look
It's
good.
amazing. You don't notice. I mean, look where the elbow is. That's where it is. Right, so they look short-legged, right?
So you want to take your tip.
Remember, they're supposed to be 50 to the elbow to the ground, 50-50.
Okay. So you're going right to the elbow and then taking off back from there.
Yeah, just whatever you can.
Yeah.
Now look at the difference.
Now, because
Amazing.
And then you're just going to try, you just want
A
to
little
even
bit,
it all up.
ease it in a little bit. Nothing straight across.
right.
Just ease it in a little bit. So exercise your dogs.
Yes.
If your dog's a little high in the rear, take it down. Just take it down. You care that they are. I don't mean, but take it down. Because,
I just know.
you know, you will help by taking that hair down. So now you could actually put him on the ground and do that about 5 more times before you're going to get that right.
Well, there was a show.
Trim a little, comb
Oh
it,
my gosh, that
run
you know, and I was trying to work
There's on the backyard,
a hair problem.
just to take a look.
I look how this back.
Never use a straight shear, obviously, on this. That's a golden retriever. Exactly. Okay.
This,
No, golden retriever.
how should a tail be?
Shouldn't trim. I never trim tails unless there's some weird reason that once in a while I'll trim on the sides because they're too bushy. You know what I mean? The end, never cut the end. You never have to cut the end. If you wanted to, sometimes what I'll do, if some dogs have hair like out to here, you know, so I'll just go down a little bit and make it a little thinner. Okay, your hot iron will take care of that.
But can't sometimes there be stragglies?
If there's a little bit of straggling, so you could take it off. Every groomer's going to do something different. You're all entitled to do
When he carries
But they make it like a point rather than,
One or two.
you know, 'cause when you make a flat thing like that, because it's been done to Lucas before, and it drives me insane. This flat thing here, it just drives me wild.
need to have the dog up. I have an electric table home, which is worth its weight in gold. I will tell you that. So if I do it like this, I don't know. I can't see what I'm doing. Number one.
Yeah.
And you have to really be light with it because it does divot. You have to be careful with it. This is a 30. Doesn't matter. You're not pressing hard. Okay, you're not going to the skin, just lightly skimming it. Right. So it really doesn't. It could be a 40. It could be a 10. It doesn't matter.
I'll yank this better.
Make sure it comes out.
So I guess Janet's thing is his elbow is all the way up here.
Yeah.
And he's got too much coat here. She wants to
And
take all
here,
this.
and all along
He
the
looks like
sides.
he has no legs.
Exactly. So the dogs that do have legs, you don't do them any favor by not taking the hair off.
Yeah.
You got to visually look right to it.
Because his coat is very long. And so it just kind of, everything is there.
They make the handlers do it
It's good
now.
moisturizer.
And of course I can't see, but I'm doing okay.
Do we need a
You're
spotlight?
taking a lot off, my goodness.
Well, that's only the beginning on this dog.
So you're gonna do the clippers and then you're gonna fine tune with.
I will, seriously.
Yeah,
I mean, I was struggling.
So now, we took a bunch of coat off that dog, right? So now you're going to take your skinning shear, comb them. Watch where his skin is because they do have a lot of skin here. Okay, so make sure that they don't bleed.
This is, but this
Oh,
is
they already
hard
did mine-
to do
mine
unless
today.
you have somebody who has the head out, which I don't
Your
get.
right line, and if that light's coming on. Should I be standing? Should be standing. Yes, should be standing.
I think he's tired because he's been standing a while.
I want to be able to see all this is going to come off.
Okay, yeah.
You want to see between the legs.
Right,
The
so-
hair's so far down
Okay.
that you don't see legs.
Right.
I just got it.
All scissor marks.
Yeah.
We'll move over here so you can see.
With your shears always down.
Yeah.
In the
handlers taught
direction.
me the other
yeah,
way.
The direction of the coat.
She actually has some French shoes right now.
What?
She has a litter of French shoes.
I know she does.
She has a litter on.
I don't know.
She's bred all the daughter and one Christmas.
And I was actually driving up. Before I all of a sudden my phone is going and I'm like, I gotta go home.
I'm happy.
She always rainbow.
You know, you can play so much of it, but then it's great to have.
I know, it's
We're up here riding my Saturday morning. I said, Jim,
There's a man in Nashville. A lot of dogs don't have food, even when he's out of food.
relax. He goes, not really. And I said, let's just go back home. He goes, are you sure? And I said, I'm sure. So I drove and he sat and just started going back. Okay, I'll be there. So he's like,
Foot? See how much room you have here?
Yeah, it's trim. When do you stop?
Before you hit skin.
That's it. Just
With this dog, yeah. Let's shorten it up a little bit. It's way too much. It's all. Do it slow, comb it.
Should you do that and move the dog again and do it again?
And you know, again, not an exact science. Keep on doing it, move it.
Take too much and then make it stand up.
What do you mean?
My biggest worry
That
here
has
at
to be
this
turned
part
up.
is taking too much off and then it's standing up and not laying down. That's probably my biggest worry.
Okay.
Here's
Do it. If that happens, you are gonna let it go back.
Okay.
Take a little tiny
Yeah, okay.
But he doesn't have like a ton of undercoat. It's just
It's not the
He has
undercoat
it
that makes that do
really-
that. But you know what? If the dog has a lot of undercoat, you can take the undercoat out first.
Okay.
See how he looks.
Use that rake?
That either that or the Mars Coat King. It's a little expensive, but they're worth it. If undercoat is coming out, it should come out. That's how I feel.
So
You're not going to make it come out if it doesn't, you know, it's not ready to come out.
Interesting. So this thing doesn't rip out the just the dead,
Just undercoat, not the top coat.
but just the dead undercoat.
Right. But remember, there are razors in here, so You don't want to press down too hard. So if he really was losing coat, this would come out in chunks. You know what happens when a dog's losing coat? You could just pull it out of them.
When is sister?
I'm sorry, my bad.
Siri and Marquise.
So when you're trimming human hair, dog hair, you
okay.
sort of
I
want to
remember
start
him
down the middle.
at-
And you don't want to make a straight line because
I mean, just
you're
like
going to
the-
see that, right?
Yeah.
That whole.
And just you're going to follow sort of a, go straight down. And then you come to the sides a little bit and you're not going to, you're sort of doing it on an angle. Do you see what I'm doing?
It seems like you're cutting like an inch off or 3/4.
I'm not, it's not an exact science. Depends how long your dog's coat is. And then comb out. And you'll see little by little when you do it, the coat looks better. But remember, when you're drying the dog, they get these crazy things that flip up when they lay down. Jen and I were talking about it before. You really got to dry them. And just when you think they're dry, turn the dryer off, let your hand get cool, and feel down. because-
Janet taught me that, and you know what? And I
Difference.
realized, oh my gosh, like when you're really, I mean, dry to, especially like that, and I realized that right in the, like kind of in the flank area there, that wasn't all the way dry, and I was often drying him at night, like before a show, and then he'd go and lay down, and in the morning he'd have wing.
And do it in the way that where the coat's supposed to be. So this coat's supposed to be there, down here, down on the side. Don't do willy-nilly because you're going to get willy-nilly.
That's me.
Yeah, Jerry can't get that. 30 years, he can't get that. Okay.
And you're going
the chest
straight on,
especially,
right?
Yeah,
Straight
but watch
on.
the heat, especially as dry as I've sold. They get hot. They're great, but they get hot. So just keep your hands involved because your hands will feel it. Okay, you know.
Now, are you using both blowers on the circuiture?
I don't use Sullivan. I use the Sullivan.
The Sullivan. Okay, well, it's the same as Sullivan. It's
Circuit here is 2 barrels.
It's
isn't it?
it's the
I love
livestock blower.
Sullivan.
Yeah.
Sullivan dryer. I mean, I've been through them all.
I think his Sullivan is
The comb, I don't use the comb only because of the heat. It gets hot, so I use my hands. Have your hands
That's an idea
involved.
though, because that's what I
And
need to
just,
do. Because
you
I'm
know,
trying to work out this area.
And not too much of this, because this will knot up. Especially on the chest, especially down here, you have knots and you're not going to have it.
And this is kind of, that's gonna get rid of the wool.
What I do, like I said, is I will do some of it, move the dog. Well, my own dogs, a lot of times I see it in the ring. Say, oh, that's got to go. Oh my God, that's got to go. Whatever it is.
Okay, Janet, so if you're getting ready for a show, do you trim him like John or any of your dogs like a week before and then go back?
I do it more than a week before. I will do it, weeks in a row.
Okay.
So you don't have all this hair to cut, and you know it's going to look the better. The more you trim, the better they're
Right,
going to look.
right.
When I had a special out, most of you won't know Jordan, but I had him out every week, and I trimmed him every week, and he always looked good. If you're not going to have him out every week, you do it every 2-3 weeks, but keep up with it, because then it all of a sudden you have a lot to groom off, especially if you go to a national.
Lincoln had a really straight coat, didn't he?
It's a big difference already, Jen.
Yeah.
How he looks. Oh, yeah, it's huge.
Oh, that's huge. It defines them better too.
And again, he's a long dog, so let's take a little more of this one. It's going to make the dog look, put it this way, if you're like this, the dog's going to look shorter. If you take the chest in, the dog's going to look shorter.
Okay.
The judge is going to come over here and say, oh my God, it's
Right,
a long
I didn't
loin.
know if-
Right here is the loin. If you
Yeah,
want to put your
yes,
hands, does everyone
yes.
know how to feel a
Yeah.
loin?
No.
This is a long dog. It's okay. He has other good qualities, but just to show you what a long dog is. See here, a little bit of callus. You can also trim a little bit like this. Eventually, those will go away. I specialed the dog for 3 years. That had a callus for like a year and a half. It just drives me crazy. Eventually, they're going away.
I don't remember there being one in September. It was about
So his back looks better already.
Oh, yeah.
But let's see what he looks like when he's running.
Can I borrow your lead?
Would you trim, like,
Well.
when it was coming up,
All right, Mark, you want to take it?
I think that's in the drawing.
Heidi.
We did take off a little bit.
it moved, but then
Yeah.
with this coming up.
Yes, we took some of that off.
Okay.
But you could, yes. Take a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's why I didn't come back on the back of the truck. I always got to work.
Your mom doing that
Okay, let's take them down.
You want to talk about the belly muscle, which is really...
Oh, again, the last thing you're going to do is the neck. Because that is the hardest part to do. Because you don't have a noose on it, but you can't do a noose. So he's a pretty good dog. So comb it out and see what they need. Like your puppy needs a neckonomy.
So what area are you working?
Well, you want that neck.
Is it just right here, or is
This
it
is the neck.
that whole?
This is the neck. So it includes
Oh, that's,
this whole.
oh.
And like Jon Snow, I have to trim the crap out of his neck.
No.
There's so much hair up here.
It makes the dog look very stuffy.
Stuffy, right.
If it's not trimmed.
Yeah,
Right.
because what you want to do is you want to let the judge also know where the shoulders are, and when it's stuffy, you know, it looks like the shoulders up here, which is not correct at all, you know. So
There's good angles in the front.
I want to see that. Well,
I like your top, your front line, because so many people do it weird, that they do it here,
Right.
and then they have this extra,
Well, it's
and
not
I
supposed to
hate
be.
it.
Well, that could be also the dog has a lot of dewlap in here.
Okay.
So when you're in a ring, like a dog that doesn't have white, you don't see it moving as much. My dog has all that white, so I take that all the way down. But if you have a black dog, you'll see it coming at you, but it's not the same as a white
And I
dog.
feel,
Yeah, not my dog, but I said, okay, yeah.
I'm trying to get the idea of how much.
This is the closest I've ever taken it down, but just from watching Jim, I did it.
Hours and hours and hours.
I'm really happy with it.
Absolutely.
Some people do it so it's just over the top with your dog.